Like, one, this is the most cognitive and clear that I have seen Donald Trump speak in years. And I think it's because people are questioning his sanity and he has to show people he's sane. Donald Trump had a press conference with the Prime Minister of Scotland, and literally this is all the tea you need to know about it, okay? That's hot like this tea. All right. I just burnt the fuck out of my tongue. So I came in the middle, not in the middle, but like it had been running for about 10 minutes before I got in. So these are all of the things that Donald Trump talked about that I think that were of note during this press conference. So Donald Trump was asked by a reporter, what will he do if there is no ceasefire? And he was asked this several times in several different ways. And his biggest answer was, I'm going to give him a couple of weeks and then we're going to have to step in. He was saying that in reference to the Israel-Palestine war
about 10,
and the Ukraine.
10 or 12 days from today. There's no reason to waiting. There's no reason to waiting. It's 50 days. I want to be generous, but we just don't see any progress being made.
Mr. President, on Gaza, you just talked about setting up food centres in conjunction with other organisations.
Right.
You're talking about the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation or recognised aid agencies. How will this work?
Well, it's going to be working with the United States. We'll be helping with the food. A lot of access to food. We got a lot of food ourselves. And we're going to bring it up. Make sure that they don't have barriers stopping people. You know, you've seen the areas where they actually have food. And the people are screaming for the food in there. They're 40 yards away, and they won't let them because they have lines that are set up. And whether they're set up by Hamas or whoever, but they're very strict lines, so we have to get rid of those lines. But we're going to be getting some good, strong food. We can save a lot of people. I mean, some of those kids that's real starvation stuff. I see it. And you can't fake that. So we're going to be even more involved. We did some airlifts before, some airdrops, and the people are running for it. And the Prime Minister is going to help us. They're very effective with that. You've done that before, and they've done that for 100 years very well. So.
That Russia just needs to take the deal because there's a lot of senseless killing going on, but he doesn't know. He doesn't know how to call it at this point. All right, somebody asked him about the Fed chair. So one side note rant. I don't like this is the most cognitive and clear that I have seen Donald Trump speak in years. And I think it's because people are questioning his sanity and he has to show people he's sane. However, I don't know if Donnie has dementia or he has the political ick, but he just don't know how to answer a straight question. You just got to remind him. And I think that's just something that comes as you get older. Like, oh, what was we talking about, baby? Because with that, someone asked him about the new Federal Reserve building, or the new building that the Federal Reserve is building, whatever it's called. And he went off on a tangent. One, y'all got to understand that Donald Trump is an interior designer at heart. And I think a lot of people miss that about him. So when she asked him, how do you feel about the Federal Reserve chair? Will he be around? Do you think that he's going to be cut or he's going to cut interest rates? His response was literally, and I'll see if I can put it in here. It was like, well, he was saying how they were spending money on frivolous materials. He was talking about how building the building they're building for the Federal Reserve could be more cost efficient and effective, like the ballroom that they were building or that they were sitting in Scotland. And so that's a tangent that he went on. But he ultimately, let me make sure, he went on to say that he expects rate cuts after this week from Jerome Powell. And he said Jerome Powell probably won't be around for a long time. I'm just telling you what the man said. He also said that he will miss him. He said, I expect him to leave soon, but I will miss him. That's what the boy said about Jerome Powell. So this was a funny interaction. He was asked about the mayor of London, and he kind of started going in on him about how he didn't like him. And the Prime Minister of Scotland was like, hold on. That's my homeboy. Chill. that really happened. I thought that was pretty cool. Also, like another trigger word that I think is for Donald Trump is windmills. They were talking about, somebody asked him about windmills and how he felt about them, and he just kind of went on a tangent about how horrible they were. And he always goes on a tangent about how horrible they are and how they kill eagles. And I did want to say that he was just like, windmills kill eagles. He was just like, honestly, this is what he said. I'm sorry, let me get my thoughts together. He said, it is a felony or a crime to kill eagles. People go to prison for at least 5 years, but windmills kill eagles every day. That's what the boy said. I can only tell you what the boy talking about. All right. Anything else? He also was asked about Jeffrey Epstein. So he went on he kind of explained himself, and I'm going to try to put some of these videos here, but he kind of explained himself in that he was like, the reason why me and Jeffrey Epstein not friends is because I told him to do something and he didn't do it. He said he essentially stole some workers from him. Apparently Jeffrey Epstein hired some help or stole some help from him, and he told him not to do it again, and he did it again. He said the moment that he found out he did it again, he fired him, and he's actually, he stopped fucking with him, and he's actually happy that he did. That's what made him distance himself from Epstein.
Nobody's approached me with it. Nobody's asked me about it. It's in the news about that aspect of it, but right now it would be inappropriate to talk about it. So.
Also, that's what I want to tell y'all. He also started name dropping. He was like,
Can you settle that? What was it about? What caused the breach with him?
That's such old history. Very easy to explain, but I don't want to waste your time by explaining it. But for years, I wouldn't talk to Jeffrey Epstein. I wouldn't talk because he did something that was inappropriate. He hired help. And I said, don't ever do that again. He stole people that work for me. I said, don't ever do that again. He did it again. And I threw him out of the place, persona non grata. I threw him out, and that was it. I'm glad I did, if you want to know the truth.
Mr. President,
and by the way, I never went to the island, and Bill Clinton went there supposedly 28 times. I never went to the island, but Larry Summers, I hear, went there. He was the head of Harvard. And many other people that are very big people, nobody ever talks about them. I never had the privilege of going to his island, and I did turn it down, but a lot of people in Palm Beach were invited to his island. In one of my very good moments, I turned it down.
Questions that he does not want answered. Like, it's an instant redirect. You ask me something stupid, I'm going to say something stupid. It's like he's saying, ask stupid questions, get stupid answers. So... And as crazy as that is, that's our president. He is the very same president that we have that vowed to go after all of his political opponents if elected. And I just got a question for y'all. If you was the president and people went against you when you was running, would you go after them? But that's it. That's all the tea you need to know about this press conference and what transpired. I'm going to try to insert some of the clips throughout this if I can. I retweeted a lot of them or reposted a lot of them. So if you're looking for any of the content from the press conference, if it's not already out, I will try to repost it. But I'm also going to try to post it on here. So yeah. That's the tea you need to know about Donald Trump's press conference with the Prime Minister of Scotland. Also, random, they protested him in Scotland. Oh, I forgot to say this. He also talked about his mother a lot. So if you didn't know his history, he gave you a lot of his history. His mom was born in Scotland, in a little town in Scotland, and his dad was born in Germany. And a lot of people don't know that about him. Like, Donald Trump is not an American citizen. Oh, another thing that they talked about, where they asked the Prime Minister of Scotland about his immigration protrocols, and he was like, you must be jealous.
Is a huge issue in both of our countries. In the United Kingdom, it is a real cause for concern, and that's why we must bear down on it in all its aspects, upstream, across Europe, where a lot of ours comes through northern France, across the Channel, working with our allies, with our colleagues to break the gangs that are actually running this trade.
Need to know about the
but
conversation
equally being
between
very
so and so.